class. My name is Mr. Scheffler. Welcome to our intro to CAD. In this semester, we're going to be going over basics on computer-aided design, designing furniture, designing tools, designing everything that would be on a software, turning dimensions into what would be a product. So we're going to break down the basics of engineering process and turning just an idea into something that can actually be made in the real world. So starting off, you're all taking this class, obviously. Can somebody give me one thing they want to learn about CAD? Anybody?
I want to learn how to build something.
Build something. Nice. Like just anything or
A boat.
you want to build a boat? Right there. So a lot of people, I don't know who all knows anything about this class, but a lot of the students' favorite project is actually the Lego project. It becomes our final project at the end of the semester, where students take they break down parts of the Lego, and then we're going to measure it and actually draw it in a CAD software like SolidWorks, and then you'll be able to 3D print said drawing. You'll have your very own minifigure you get to make. However, that project takes a lot of skill and a lot of effort and a lot of time that we're going to get to focus on later. But the first thing is you need to learn how to measure. A lot of people, believe it or not, do not know how to read a ruler, and that's okay. Does anybody have experience reading a ruler? It's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't. So about 50-50 split, I like that. So it's okay because today we're going to be going over the basics of a ruler and how you can read a ruler, and we're going to have a little worksheet that will kind of pound in those skills that you're going to learn. So to start, there's a lot of different kind of rulers out there, whether it's imperial or metric. We're going to go over imperial today. So to start off simple, so this would be 1 inch, and then as you can see, it's split up into 4 groups. So does somebody know what one of these lines represents?
25.
25 what?
Just part of an inch.
All right, so like this line right here.
25% an inch.
25%, otherwise known as a quarter. Very good. So each of these lines would represent 1/4 of an inch, and down here you see it's split up into 8 groups. So each line would represent an 8. Very good. All right. So we're gonna do a little trial and error here. Can somebody tell me what that line would represent? Mr. Hanson, would you like to be a volunteer?
1 3/4.
1 3/4. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh, what about this one? Lucas?
3.5 inches.
3.5 inches. Very nice. Anybody know what this one is? Lucas?
7/8 of an inch.
7/8. Very good. And last one. Anybody? Katie?
5/8.
5/8. Well,
4 and 5/8.
4 and 5. Very good. Okay. So now that we've gone over kind of the basics of how to read a ruler, I got a little short, quick worksheet for you guys to work on. And it's just breaking down how to measure lines and just a quick demo so that you guys can make sure we're all on the same page on how to measure these very special skills. So I'll give you guys time, so don't start yet, but give everybody a ruler and a worksheet. And the rulers don't line up completely, so just kind of round. Most of the lines are pretty close to a line, but if it's in between, just go to the closest one, whether that's a plus or minus, it doesn't matter. Closest line.
Thank you, Mr. Scheffler.
And then I'll give you guys a nice timer that you can work with. Yes. All right. You have 100 seconds. Don't worry if you guys don't know one, that's okay. We're all gonna go over it at the end. We'll all have the same answers. How are we doing? 2 more minutes? 4 seconds, I should say.
I think we're all good.
Good, perfect. All right. So, how'd that go? Any problems? Everybody got it? So, all right. So now we're gonna go through some of these answers that we all got. So for number A, number 1, can I do volunteer? Chance.
1 inch.
I rounded. So I rounded personally. I don't know where it fell in the line of rounding, but did everybody else get an inch? 118.
118.
It's like right there.
So yeah, I told you it's a little off by so. Okay, B, anybody? Just
5/8.
we can round half. We're all rounded, yeah. Somebody else has a half. Charles, you have a half?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. Anybody? Lucas? Or Luke?
3/4.
3/4, nice. Very good. Matt?
For D,
For D, yep.
for D, I got 1.5 inches.
1.5, very nice. Katie?
7/8.
Sure, call that. No rounding. Did anybody else get 3/4? It's just
I
me.
did.
You got 3/4, okay, cool. F, who's got F?
1/8.
1/8.
1/8, very nice. G?
3/8.
3/8, okay. Oh, somebody we haven't heard from. Oh, Matt, how you guys? H?
7/8.
7/8, perfect, very nice. And you got I?
1/6.
Yep, 1 3/4, 1 6 8, perfect. Charles, you got J?
7/8.
7/8, perfect. Who's up? Anybody? Katie, you got K?
1.25.
College, court. And then the last one, who's that the last one? Anybody?
1/4.
Quarters, perfect. All right, so you guys, does anybody have any questions about measuring? We all feel comfortable, confident that we can do this?
Yeah.
Perfect, because coming up, I'm going back to our other project. What you guys were doing next week is we're gonna start to bring in, we're each gonna bring in a minifigure, whichever one you kinda want, and we're gonna do exactly this. So we're gonna break it apart, measure each individual piece, get all the dimensions that we need, and then you're gonna draw it on your software. And then eventually we're gonna be able to 3D print, and you'll have your very own minifigure, excuse me. And the best part about that is that you can scale up these drawings however much you want. So, you can build a Lego minifigure that's this big. It doesn't have to just be that little guy. But the important part about being able to measure is that this comes into the field of, hopefully what all you guys want to do is engineering, just make this into CAD. So, as an engineer, you're going to be focused a lot on measuring and be able to measure a lot of different, you have to be able to measure, that's it. So, it's a very important life task. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that don't know how to read a ruler. And so I think that that's something that we should learn right away, and that's why I teach it right away. It's a very important life skill, not only for this class, but also just your future. Does anybody have any questions about what to expect from this project, or questions about today, anything?
When did you?
End of the semester, so a month. But we'll be working on this in class, so you'll have plenty of time. Time really shouldn't be a factor or anything to scare you. Anybody else? Okay.
Any examples of past projects?
Past project, like past Legos. Other than this, no. Nothing past projects. But this is something that you'll look at. So once the has anybody worked in SolidWorks before? Yeah. So you know that you can make a part and then you can build drawings. So we'll build these drawings and they'll look almost identical to this image right here. So it'll be all your own work instead of somebody else's.